Well, 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 YouTube. Look who came crawling back when they saw the thumbnail of this video. What is... Hey, Jimmy! Jimmy! What's this video again? Another death battle? Another one? Didn't we just watch a death battle video? What's that? You mean they come out with a new death battle video every 3 Sundays? And here I was thinking that this kind of stuff took months to make. Or at least that's what Maxwell's made me believe anyway. And apparently I'm the idiot person for not realizing that. And apparently they have a rather fast cadence of uploads. But hey, we're not here to judge my inability to read the room. We're here for brain rot. And what better way of brain rot than 2 franchises that fell off harder than I fell off your mum's ass cheeks than Among Us versus Fall Guys, the 2 games that prove that our youth of this generation are completely lost. So let's watch it. As always, guys, please make sure you go and watch, like the original and go and subscribe to the original and support the original's production.
2020, the long wait.
Oh god, the year was 2020, a time where I was still making Warframe videos and I was having immeasurable amounts of self-loathing and I didn't know what kind of person I was, and I just discovered VTubing and many other things were happening to me.
As we all experienced the most viral sensation in
And Fortnite
years.
wasn't... No, wait, no, Fortnite was cringe.
Among Us.
Nah, Fall Guys was the biggest news that year.
Gonna be brutally honest. Wait, did you know that we have a Discord and a Twitch? No? Well, now you do. So what are you waiting for? Why don't you click those little links over there and be part of the fun? Just like the rest of us cool kids, you know what I'm saying? Fall Guys was a flash in the pan. Among Us is still immensely popular. Fall Guys is the thing that people play once in a blue moon when they've got nothing else to do. Among Us is still going very, very strong. I don't think it's going to be even close. In terms of like popularity, let's face it, if this is winning just based off how ongoingly successful these games are, yeah.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Maybe I'm just looking at this through rose-tinted goggles.
In the lonely
haven't they
dark of
collabed?
space, aboard a malfunctioning vessel, a peculiar crew of bean-shaped astronauts must work together to save their souls from a quiet demise.
Tons of stuff could
2
go wrong
games where you play as beans.
And it's up to these colorful clowns to fix it.
Okay, real talk, I think like Fall Guys and Among Us were the defining moment where we as gamers realized that there was now content for kids and a design philosophy for games for kids, and then there were games for adults. Like, the year 2020, I would say would be the sort of... It was when we realized that there was that this was like the future of gaming. Bright, shiny colors, very kid-friendly. That's how these kind of things become popular. Like the idea of like team-based risk games or suspect kind of games like that. Make it bright, make it flashy, make it kid-orientated, and that will go viral. Also, make it so you can shitpost with your friends. Because this is where all the trends started. This is where it really all started.
That's not actually a suit,
Properly.
that's just how they are.
Wait, what? Ew, why?
More on that later. The tasks they undertake to save their ship require varying degrees of difficulty and skill. It may
Made infinitely more difficult when you've got a bunch of shitters on your team. Yeah, it's not the murder you have to worry about, it's your own teammates bamboozling you, which is what I found.
not take much to reconnect some wires in the cafeteria, but it certainly does to clear asteroids when your ship is moving faster than light.
Somebody in my chat said, extend friendships. No one wants to admit it. These games are the monopoly of the modern year. And ain't no one convincing me otherwise.
If that's not a suit, then why do they have a cafeteria when they don't have a mouth?
At any point, these creatures must draw from medical training.
And service. You think that cute little bean-shaped creatures like this could not be perversed? That's a living suit, my guy. There is more Rule 34 of these kind of beans than there is of most other franchises out there, and that's concerning.
But it's total chaos, so teamwork is key. They gotta spread out and trust that while they're all swiping cards, they have each other's backs, right?
Well, success.
I'm now distinctively remembering VR Among Us ruining my first experiences of being in VR chat. What I thought was going to be my best VR experience became my worst when I realized that people were going to take advantage of that and jump scare the fuck out of me with really egregiously obnoxious models. Nothing says horrifying more than trying to work on the engine and fucking Freddy Fazbear spontaneously appearing behind you looking like they're about to eat your cheeks. Hey, maybe in our next VR stream we go play Among Us.
This is always uncertain, as though fate has placed some external force that stands between this species and their survival.
There's an imposter among them! I mean,
The only thing worse than how your friends treated you in this game were the sheer amount of memes. I am led to... I'm going to tell you guys a guarantee here. Skibbity Toilet is not the first thing that's satiated an entire generation of kids. Every generation of games, there's always some Skibbity Toilet level bullshit. Back in my day, it was Idiots of Gmod, Gmod Idiot Box, that kind of bullshit. Among Us did just as bad. The amount of linguistic alterations that this game has made to our dialect is unbelievable. Tell me, with utmost honesty, that you can think of a single person, tell me you don't know at least one person in your life that doesn't unironically now use the term sus. Or when you say imposter, you don't think of the imposter noise from this game. It has utterly changed our universe. And I refuse to believe that anything that's not true.
Among Us, but not us, though, right, Wiz? Right.
No, I didn't say you don't know anyone. I'm saying if you don't know at least one person that doesn't... Like, everyone knows at least one person that unironically uses the word sus. Or stuff like that. Or things from this game.
The 9th time I'm not
Or
an imposter.
chicken dinner.
That's just what an imposter would say. They're shape-shifting
Stuff like that.
aliens.
Also,
They
hi,
could be
Ollie.
anyone, or any mad scientist in a lab coat.
The imposter threatens the pack and pushes them towards extinction by any means necessary. Anything from damaging lights to wrecking the
I never really
ship's
questioned the
reactor.
lore of this
Which
game,
can
and
be
this all
tricky to
seems
fix in
really...
time. Even though imposters are naturally skilled at crawling through the vents, the crewmates need special engineer training to do the same. So not all
Well, yeah, no,
of them
Skibbity
can
Toilet is
clean
absolutely
it up.
cringe. It's just on a
All the
different level of
imposters
cringe. It's just
conceal
this
their
modern
motivations
year's
and
cringe.
infiltrate the herd. The others always know something isn't right, and the imposters
But we've always
use
had that kind of
paranoia
cringe.
to motivate their prey
just takes
into
different,
injecting each
iterations
other
over the
into
years.
space, just for being kinda sus.
Oh boy, not escaping these allegations.
Yeah, Wiz is
I mean,
the
I'm not
imposter.
any better. I've been affected by
He does
this.
seem to know an awful lot about
But then
these
again, I'm terminally
aliens.
online and easily
Just
influenced,
to put it
so-
out there, it isn't me.
That's a good point. Have you ever heard him say sus?
No, what do you mean?
Why are they
Knowing a lot
talking
is
to my
literally
soul?
My job.
Ear canals.
Ah, jeez, fix your
Ow.
mic, dummy.
I agree with the metal bowling ball.
Well, I knew the sussy baka from the start. And again, just to be very clear, it isn't me.
Same.
Okay. I will say one thing in Among Us' favor, where Fall Guys isn't necessarily like that. Among Us always, and those kind of like suspect kind of games, Among Us makes an amazing stream game to do collabs with. Because the fun you have with it on a baseline level is fine, but when you get a bunch of shitters, when you get a bunch of motherfucking friendos who know how to pull your strings and be the biggest shitter imaginable, it's instantly elevated. And I think that's why Among Us tends to be remembered better. Like, Fall Guys is great, but it's not really something that you play in that same kind of sense. You know what I mean? And I suppose that's kind of why, you know, Among Us kind of spawned all these other kind of like suspect themed games with things like Lethal Company and those team-based kind of vibe games. It definitely kind of sticks in my mind more.
I'm here.
Oh, come on! Anyone could be the imposter,
Frosty.
Broomstick. It's completely random.
Random starts with R and so does... Oh, I know who it is! It's always the red one! Wait.
And And this, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why I refuse to play these kind of games, because I am way too honest of a person, and I'm horrible at gaslighting, because the second I try lying or whatever, I start giggling like an innocent schoolgirl, and the second I'm the imposter, it comes across so obviously because I can't lie for shit. So, it's not because I'm bad, it's just because skill issue. Shut, leave me alone. Look, the amount of times I've played this with friends in collabs or anything else, and, you know, I do great when I'm playing as the submissive and agreeable workers and the party crew members, but the second I become an imposter, all of a sudden I become the... Also, it does instill an immense level of anxiety and distrust in everybody I know, and after having been bamboozled, lied to, and then hoodwinked, and then killed by the person I thought was my friend, I can no longer trust that person. Outside of the game, it transcends the game. It makes me not want to believe a single fucking word they say. Yeah, sure, it might only have been in the game, but then afterwards you think, oh, what else are they lying about, huh? What else are you lying about, man? It's just crazy, man. You could be lying to me about it right now. Are you lying about being my friend? Are you actually not an anthropomorphic dog on the internet? Whoa, that's crazy. What else are you lying about, huh? What else are you lying about? Sorry, this game's affected me in a way.
What? What? It isn't me! It isn't me!
Womp womp.
Oh, right. There's usually 2 imposters.
Dear God.
The imposters aren't just tricksters, they're also hunters, bloodhounds, track.
One thing I do love about this franchise, how much fan creations there were of it. And I'm not even talking about the Rule 34. I'm talking about like music, comics, memes. This game will forever live in our hearts, and it's hysterical because this was, I go back to that notion that this was the start of the indie developer uprising. What Toby Fox started to prove with Undertale was revolutionized with Among Us, Lethal Company, having like those small indie developers of people who were just making games for fun, becoming so categorically mainstream and popular to prove that you don't need to be a capitalistic, overarching, society-reducing AAA developer bastard to actually make something that people love. But that's enough geopolitics.
And assassinating crewmates when they least expect it.
They'll snap their necks, stab them with a knife, shoot them with a desert eagle, or you...
Okay, but when does the thing that doesn't turn me on happen? You're telling me they're supposed to be killing me here. These things just sound like they're gonna entice me to stick around longer.
use their freaking tongues to impale their faces. Oh, God! Right through the visor.
They may look like they're wearing spacesuits, but that's not a visor. That is their actual face. Examining their cross-section.
Just like how when you look at Diglett, you realize that the little white spot on their nose isn't a nose, it's a tooth. And that thing you thought was a nose is actually their open mouth. Go look at Diglett and tell me you can't look at Diglett without seeing that now. I'll wait.
Reveals their insides always match the color of their bodies, and that they are comprised of exactly one large bone, which must mean their ability.
To be fair, judging by the average jock that turns up to my local club, they are also all made up of exactly one bone. Get it? Dick joke.
To walk is entirely muscle-based. Their whole anatomy is one unsolvable mystery.
Ew! They've got human toes, buff arms for no reason, and can stretch like Mr. Fantastic? What are these freaky things?
No one knows. They don't even exist within the same realm of mortality as you or I. Even if one of them is killed or ejected into the lifeless void of space, they return as a ghost. Invisible.
Are they trying to logic my
communicate with the
Among
living,
Us?
But nonetheless,
Why did anyone ever bother to ask these
us.
questions?
Even beyond death,
Stop trying to put our mortal realmly logic into your Among Us universe. You bunch of batshit weirdos.
That's gotta be one tough shield, because remember that Desert Eagle they holster? Apparently, that thing also fires a laser.
Hold the fuck up, my guy. You did not cake up that Among Us character.
Apparently,
Don't think I didn't... God damn! God damn! Clearly they've been browsing the same boards I have.
apparently, that thing also fires a laser that can rip apart whole planets. Good God! To split this planet apart like that would need over 10 non-million tons of TNT.
A number so incomprehensible you'd have to multiply 1 billion by 1 billion. Twice.
More than enough
Is it as big as Googleplex? Because according to Steve Jobs, Googleplex is the biggest number.
to annihilate Earth over 160 million times. Which seems like overkill for the, space vampire.
Okay, but not like I'm a degenerate or anything, but, can I have this monster my stink box? And now that I'm done grossing you out and grabbing your attention again.
Space vampires they were fighting.
Right, the crew has crossed over with a variety of other universes. Fortnite, Vampire Survivors, Space Warlord,
they
Organ
did do
Trading
that, didn't they?
Simulator, the classics.
Including this Henry Stickmin guy. Apparently, he's a kleptomaniac with a surprisingly wide arsenal all the crew
Anyway,
can
pass
have.
around to side.
Desert Eagle-eyed crewmates will find Henry's weapons throughout the ship, like a banana bomb, a teleporter, a ninja star, and
Huh.
a magic pencil that can bring drawings to life.
These creepy Teletubbies can sketch whatever
Hi,
they want
Namia.
into existence, and they're suddenly everywhere I look now. Where's these?
You know, I told you about Pavlonian training. We have all been conditioned to now see something. We once given, like, the only thing stronger than my yearning to fold a motherfucker over and make submissive and breedable femboys into even more submissive and breedable femboys is the power of a thought. Because once that thought has been planted, you can't unplant it. And forevermore, we are all going to see Among Us characters everywhere.
Little trash can people are freaking
I had
me
this
out.
legitimately
In a
happen.
strange
Dude,
way.
I straight up legitimately had this happen. This trash can right here. I was out in public with a friend, and I was nonchalantly listening to what they were talking about, and I noticed from the corner of my eye, one of these little shits in the corner, and I was like, oh no, all I can think of is Among Us. I'm as bad as everyone else. Thank you for the raid, though, Climating. Appreciate that.
Freaking me out.
In a strange
Thank you,
way,
thank you, thank you.
all of
Welcome
this
to the
makes sense for this fascinating species.
Among
In the
Us.
face of insurmountable odds, something
I
inside
don't know, if I
tells
put
them
enough
to band together
buzzwords
no
into this,
matter
I'll be
what,
popular.
to use
Among
all
Us,
the tools
sus,
available to
skibbity,
try to
skibbity
survive
toilet, Ohio,
again
Phantom
and
Tax.
again, on a ship,
Booba.
on strange planets, anywhere they may be.
Am I
in
popular now?
spite of anything
Yo,
that
can I
may
get a
be
like
going
for
on
all
in
the
world.
references?
They either fix what's broken or face certain doom. But no matter what, they do it together.
Among Us together. Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Hey, for those of you watching on the YouTube, by the way, something I do every month is a bit of fan art that gets voted on by the audience. And the way I usually dictate what it is I draw is based on the vote of the people who support me. And I am gonna put this up right now with all of your attention because I feel like I need to draw attention to it. Considering we were watching a Life Roast video today, and death battles Among Us. The idea being is whatever you choose is what I will theme the fan art off of, and I will draw a Makari-ified version of a character from one of those videos. So if it's the Life Roast, for example, I'll draw Makari as like a Sonic kind of character, I guess. If it's Among Us, I'll draw Makari in some skin-tight bean suit or whatever. And whatever the other option is. Either way, be part of the Patreon. Go check that out. There's way more than just the unedited versions and early access to my videos. I like to make my Patreon worth it. Like, you get benefits for it. Anyway, enough of my plug.
Hey y'all, this is Chad. If you don't know, I voice Boomstick here at
Oh,
1
no,
p.m. Central today.
a
Sam and I are
sponsor
going to be
section.
playing some Fall Guys and maybe some Among Us.
I feel like I have to play this now, considering I just plugged my Patreon. I feel like that's the way I'd equalize this.
Live here on the Death Battle channel and on Twitch. Hang out, have some fun, and who knows, if you guys enjoy it, maybe we'll do some more gameplay streams in the future. Hope to see you there. Thanks.
Oh, they're trying to do the Life Roast thing.
Welcome to the bright,
Fall
colorful
Guys!
world of the Blunderdome. Now,
Okay, here's my opinion. I prefer Among Us. I prefer Fall Guys. Like, I have maybe 20 hours of game time in Among Us, but easily over 100 in Fall Guys. I never really could get into Among Us. It just really, like, the only times I ever played Among Us was when I was invited. I just could not get into it. Fall Guys, however, now that's my dopamine hit right there. Mostly because I can fuck other people over.
Natural habitat to these lovable little beans known as the Fall Guys, who race each other through fun playgrounds with nothing but
Do you remember as well when Fall Guys first started popping off that you had the Fall Guys Twitter and the Among Us Twitter kind of like batting at each other? And they were like, I distinctly remember there was a tweet where they put the Fall Guys character next to the Among Us character to give them like a comparison of each other. That was such a wholesome thing. Wholesome YouTube, a wholesome internet moment.
fierce guys above.
These lively obstacle courses showcase their inherent skills and abilities, as if drawn by natural instinct.
But do
hurtle
they
over
have
barriers together
lore?
and pass through various tests
How are
of
we gonna
strength,
find
agility,
out
and
about
mental
the
fortitude.
lore of
And
this
it's
universe to
pretty
then realize
impressive
that the entire
considering
concept
how
of this
elaborate
universe
these
is actually
bounce house courses
dystopian and
get.
horrifying?
How do these weebles wobble through it?
With a shocking level of innate parkour mastery that
It's like that's the kind of gotcha moment of most of these games, like Among Us, Fall Guys, all these games that look really cute and wholesome, and then you realize they're in some. It's like Splatoon. You know, Splatoon. You look at that game, it's like, oh, that's really cute and adorable, and then you realize it's a dystopian, apocalyptic future, and they're all fighting for their lives out there, and that the cutesy exterior is hiding the horrific, grim, dark, horrifying undertones of the game.
otherwise hasn't been seen since 2006. But honestly, not many of the beans make it, and only one can be crowned the winner before everything starts all over again.
Literally
Which
just the
makes
Hunger
for some
Games.
very friendly competition, like survival of the fittest.
Okay, I'm gonna make a speculation. I'm speculating that when the beans fall in the soup at the bottom, they get dissolved back into goop and become part of the soup, and then they get reincarnated as a limbo. They're all actually in heck, in infinite, immortal suffering of ongoing survival and shit.
But for a bunch of candy grimaces, they'll grab, shove, and slam into each other to make it out on top, or even
that a
roll up into a
SpongeBob
ball
outfit?
and launch across the course self-preservation.
They don't call that as
be damned.
SpongeBob?
And over time, the beans have evolved to higher levels of, let's call it imagination. The engineer Digi invented the creative device so the beans could start making and designing new obstacles and challenges for themselves, as well as additional tools like wrecking balls, wind-up boxes for punching foes, and even translators that make their these courses for one singular purpose: get that crown.
I mean, if I could be king for a day, I'd push you off a cliff right now.
Very funny. Get away from me.
Things in the Plunder Dome can get wild.
Ah,
We've
yes,
seen
these beautiful games
goobers
where
get
griefing
smashed
is just
by
considered
giant
part of
pellets
the
and
experience.
fall into actual hot lava, but they always pop back up at the qualification stage later, completely unharmed. Somehow.
These remarkable creatures have demonstrated some dumbfounding durability, such as getting struck by meteors. That's a hit anywhere from 18 tons of TNT to 15 kilotons. But they still get right back up to Rube Goldberg themselves.
Okay, having seen what I've seen, I'm gonna make the prediction that the beans are gonna. I'm gonna say Among Us wins. That's my prediction. Actually, I think this will be very close, but I still think that the Among Us characters are gonna win. Like the Fall Guys characters are very flimsy, but they've got weaponry. Although this is kind of a Captain America versus Red Skull scenario where they're both kind of immortal. How do you really kill that which can't be killed?
Straight through another obstacle course.
On top of that, they were hit with the Big Bang and came out the other side completely fine. Wait, what? Did I just say the Big Bang? Why do we even mention the meteor? Who cares?
Oh.
Their suits are basically indestructible.
Boomstick, I hate to tell you this.
No.
Those aren't really...
Don't say it.
Those aren't actually suits. That's their skin.
Oh, man. People were getting weird back in 2020.
Yeah.
They have better things to do.
Everyone was dealing with that lockdown psychosis. Man, dude, I've been locked inside this whole time. I'm seeing shit. I'm chugging pills. I'm gonna make a character that looks like the bottom end of my toe, man. That looks like some guy was looking at the tip of their toe and like, that'd make a good game. Yeah. Not even then mentioning God, I can't even finish this tangent. Fuck me, dude. Oh, God. Yeah, no, 2020 was a wild year, certainly.
With only arms, legs, and eyes, there must be some genetic mechanism inside the beans that causes them to be self-sustaining. Though after some dissection, it's unclear.
I remember this tweet. I remember this. And it upsets me. Dude, this is when Twitter was cool, man. This is when Twitter was fun to look at and wasn't just a cesspit of Elon Musk's ballsack.
This is an official image, by the way.
I don't know what's more upsetting, that skeleton or the fact that these jelly beans are 6 friggin' feet tall.
Imagine bumping into this thing in a dark alleyway.
Now that's
No,
some nightmare
thank
fuel.
you.
Oh boy.
Oh, this means when you start the game, you're just flat out naked? Just swinging away, beans in the wind.
Strange such
Your
nakedness
assumptions
would
that
be
these
allowed,
creatures
considering
abide
what's
by human
actually
physiology
happening
is
the Fall
disturbing to
Guys
me.
are contestants
Maybe
in a
they don't have
nonstop 24/7
genitalia.
game show. The
Also,
ultimate
is that a Goosebumps moment?
in a non-stop 24/7 game show, the ultimate knockout. Yeah, that's what's actually happening here. So what might be misconstrued as some sort of migration cycle is really a brutal, never-ending gauntlet that takes advantage of their tunnel vision.
So it's like the Truman Show mixed with Wipeout and Naked and Afraid. What happened to them being just colorful cartoon beans?
And they survive.
See, that's all your fault. You decided to put logic to that which should never have logic put to it. Using the words of a very, very wise person. You opened the box, and so they came. Once you've opened that box, you can't put the lid back on, my dude.
Keep playing the game no matter what. The game makers have said that when the beans fall to their death, they feel a moment of displacement, serenity, zen-like detachment from all worldly and physical bonds. Then they pop back onto the podium to celebrate their achievements. That's an official quote.
They've also said they're strong enough to rip someone in half and can stretch their bodies so far they pass beyond the observable universe.
Oh god,
Yeah, Fall Guys have got this. Among Us ain't gonna stand a chance.
the Twitter feats.
Oh yeah! January 18th, 2022, 9:14 a.m. The Fall Guy stretched so far, he exited the universe as we know it, and then he kept going.
Speaking of universes, the Fall Guys have seen dozens of guest stars from other stories. and
Dude,
have-
I hate this. Every single video I've watched this morning has had a Sonic reference in it. That disturbs and upsets me immeasurably.
learned from their cultures, like flying around in the TARDIS of Doctor Who fame, wielding He-Man's power sword, launching Ryu's iconic
Yeah, but is that
Hadouken,
canon?
or even just
that
becoming
canon? I
Pac-Man.
don't think that's canon,
They
is it?
just become Pac-Man. They're Pac-Man now.
Oh.
Wiz, I know we've seen some crazy things
Scooby Dooby Doo me? Holy crap. No.
about to rot upon the world. Is this cute and colorful reality an endless void of darkness and despair?
I could make a comment about
Revelations of
football, but I'm not
disturbances
gonna.
Too catastrophic for the human
Or
mind to process.
make a reference
The
to that
vicious
character from
cycle of
Foster's
this
Home for
blue
Imaginary
marble
Friends with
surrounded
tongues
by
for feet.
boundless
But I'm not
dead-eyed
gonna. I'm above
beams.
that.
Pretty much.
Ah, cool. Let's see him fight.
Let's go, baby!
Wiz, you gotta play that mobile
All right,
game with all the
fine. I'll let you have your
superheroes and
sponsored
the
section because I
cool art.
advertise
Oh,
my
are you talking
patron.
about Marvel
I get
Snap?
it. I'm sorry. I
The
won't do it
card
again.
collecting game.
It's more than that. Marvel Snap is a fast-paced dueling card game, like really
Okay, but why Marvel Snap when Marvel Rivals? Oh, by the way, I did download Marvel Rivals. And we might be playing it this week. Yeah.
fast.
Both the cards and the locations you play them in have unique abilities that change the course of a match, making it a real head-to-head battle.
And it's easy and quick to get into. I was kind of worried I'd have to spend too much time learning different cards and rules, but no, it's actually really intuitive.
And look at that 3D art, so cool! There's hundreds of cards and thousands of art variants, and they add new cards each week. Plus, they just opened something all new, the Vault, with all kinds of exclusive goodies.
Sure, but hang on. This guy I'm playing against right now is really tough.
Look,
That's
guys,
because
I'm
it's
trying to
me,
be
loser.
respectful, alright? I'm giving them this advertisement.
Oh, shucks.
Download the Marvel Snap app
I mean, it
now,
looks fun
available
enough.
on the App Store, Google Play, and Steam.
Alright.
Or visit
Give us the fight. Give us the good stuff.
marvelsnap.com to learn
You
more.
you can forgive me for advertising my Patreon in your video. I'm gonna let you have that sponsorship.
All
You're
right,
welcome.
the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all
Hey, Jason.
It's
possibilities.
time for a death battle!
Yahoo! This is gonna be so stupid. This is gonna be so stupid, and yeah, I guarantee you this is gonna also be epic. Like, if my first experience of a proper death battle was their Bowser versus Eggman thing. And judging how that went, I'm not expecting anything other than absolute mayhem. Let's go. Aw, they love each other. Actually, that's a point. Why would they fight each other? Oh, that's right. Death. Monsters. Thing is, if you think about it, the only, like, archetype of, like, problemness would be from the Among Us universe. The Fall Guys don't really have a villain to make them fight. There would be no reason for them to fight. So my guess is that Yellow's gonna get blamed of being sus. Everyone! Dude, what is this? Oh my god. Okay, I was not ready for the 2D composite on a 3D background again. Of course I should have been ready for this. This is what they did in the friggin' Eggman and Bowser video. Oh look, it's me trying to play anything with my community. It was that one asshole who tried griefing me. Because I'm the streamer. So when are they gonna start fighting each other? Alright, okay, you got a giggle out of me. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm glad they did it. I'm glad they did it. The meme that spawned an entire generation of Twitch emotes. And summarily got so many of us banned. Oh my god. So when do they fight each other? Oh, nah. Oh. Ew. So they're not like directly 1v1ing each other, they're trying to compete, I guess. But the beans are so friendly! Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Good one. Okay, you got me. You can have that one. That's a good joke. That's fucking funny. Okay. 1 point to the writers in this one, I guess. So is there anything that the Among Us characters can do? Yeah, this just ain't no like the Fall Guys characters are just too durable. Unless there's some major power-up that the Fall Guys characters can get, I don't think there's a chance of the Fall Guys winning. Unless they fall in the sludge. You can tell these franchises came out in 2020 because the rendition of this is so ADHD and hyperactive that I'm pretty sure I'm convinced myself I'm watching TikTok at this point. Freaking TARDIS, okay. Yeah, but they can survive the... Unless you have a power stronger than the literal Big Bang, you ain't gonna win this one, Fall Guys. Among Us. God damn it. Huh? I do once again repeat my statement though. What that tongue do? Oh no. They're traumatized. Oh, never mind, they're fine. God damn it, even in this we can't get away from the Fortnite references.
Where's the next episode? This is my new favorite show. Move over, chimp crazy.
We broke this down into 3 categories: offense, defense, and the bizarre. Let's start with offense.
I mean, the bogus Among Us could blow up planets, not to mention moving faster than light to hit all those planets in one shot. It's kinda out there, but no Fall Guy has ever done anything like that. The crewmates clearly get the edge in offense.
Though that impressive power matters
I'm literally about to say, doesn't matter how much power you have, if you can't kill what you're attacking, then it matters not.
less when we look at defense.
It's crazy how much damage the Fall Guys can walk off. They survived anything their course threw at them, took hits from meteors, and most importantly, survived the Big Bang. You know, the explosion that blew the whole freaking universe into existence? Easy edge for the bumbling beans.
We can even go a step further.
It's just a bit too
Both of these
stupid to
creatures have
realize it.
demonstrated various forms of invulnerability and death negation, like how the Fall Guys could always pop back up for another round, or how the crewmates became ghosts when they die. However, only the Fall Guys had a viable counter. Only the Fall Guys could ensure that their foe stays dead.
Pac-Man, they can become Pac-Man, who, you know, eats ghosts.
Brilliant.
Which leads us to the truly bizarre stuff about both of these beanie freaks.
They could both stretch their bodies to absurd lengths, but only the Fall Guys stretch beyond the observable universe in a matter of minutes. In fact, if we take these posting times literally,
I want to say something. I do, but what women think men with foreskin can do with their penises. Anyway.
That would mean the Fall Guys can stretch at speeds over a quadrillion times faster than light.
I don't know, Wiz. That feels like a bit of a stretch. Wink.
The crewmates did have plenty of answers to the Fall Guys' hijinks, like a magic pencil sword to fight off He-Man's power sword, or how they could potentially hack Digi's creations.
But the overwhelming amount of stuff that the Fall Guys have access to just dwarfs the Among Us crew's arsenal. I mean, Hadoukens, TARDIS, just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, the spaceship crew had a few deadlier weapons among them, but the Fallen Guys had too many options that could not be countered.
The crewmates may have been cunning and dangerous, but
yeah,
the one-track-minded Fall Guys just wouldn't go down.
Oh,
sure
wow,
the
okay.
losers of this fight were no longer
God, I love these
Among
videos.
Us.
Dude, and the fact these come out every 3 Sundays means we've got a nice little cadence of content to enjoy.
Oh no, we never found the second imposter.
Ah, damn it, I knew that stupid robot was sus.
Stupid robot.
Sigh. So embarrassing.
The winner is the Fall Guy.
Yeah, not even a thought crossed my mind that it wouldn't
Next
be.
time on Death Battle.
Oh. Oh. Kratos versus...
Subscribe and join.
Whomst was that other one? I know the game, I just don't remember the name of the character. Either way, oh, that was good. All right, well, if you guys enjoyed it, go make sure go to check out the original and the words and stuff. And I thank you for watching. I'm having a midlife crisis. Bye.